Thank you guys for being here today. We greatly appreciate it. And if you can hear me loud and clear, will you just give us a thumbs up or say yes in the comments right now? We would love to know that you can hear me loud and clear. And also, if you haven't done so already, please tell us where you're joining us from today. We're excited to be back. We're sorry about the little snafu yesterday, but we were able to get that fixed. We're using a brand new webinar software that we think is really, really cool. And I happened to hit a little tiny button that turned me off, and I wasn't able to come back in. So as part of that, we're going to take ownership over that. That was 100% my fault, and we apologize. If you were on the webinar yesterday, we are going to offer you $500 in free champion videos if you decide to use our service as a consolation for that. Again, I take 100% ownership, and I apologize. So we're really excited to talk to you guys all about Virtual Stock Show today and what we offer as far as a show and also an auction platform. At the end of today's seminar, we are also going to have a question and answer session. And if you look over to the right, you should be able to type in some questions for us, and we'll answer those at the conclusion of today's seminar. So thank you guys so much for joining us again. We greatly appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to move right into our slides. So first of all, we have an incredible team that we've put together that we think is key to being able to do what we do. And we have a couple of different brands that are related to the show industry. Next Level Livestock Camps, we provide livestock camps across the United States, as well as Stock Show Live, which is an interactive judging platform that we built on our software that allows judges to interact in the show ring via iPads and place the class. We also own a auction firm called Jeff S. Maynard Benefit Auctions. We provide benefit auctions and also registered livestock auctions across the United States. We put on a couple of different livestock shows throughout the year, one being Phoenix, and sit on several boards. And then we also own some software that's related specifically to the auction industry and to the livestock industry. One of those is Stud Tech, which is a boar stud management software, and also Gestate, which is used by 3,500 purebred and show pig producers across the United States. And we have an in-house team that has built that software. And so essentially what happened whenever everything started to come to a head with COVID and the different challenges that were coming up with all the different fairs, I had a fair executive reach out to me and said, Jeff, you know, what can you do? Can you come up with a way for us to execute shows and auctions virtually? And ironically, we had already basically wireframed a concept a few years ago and had thought about doing this. And it was something that was already in the works, but we had put to the side because we weren't really sure how much traction it was going to have. Well, the awesome part about that was we were able to spin up our virtual show and auction platform really, really fast. And we've been able to help a lot of different fairs. As a matter of fact, since April 1st, we have conducted over 21 shows and fairs across the United States. We've raised millions of dollars for different county fairs across the country. And we've helped a lot of different shows save their show essentially and allow them to progress and move forward and allow their kids to showcase all of their hard work, in addition to being able to retain some of their sponsors and their donors. And we have found that even through our virtual auction platform, that we have seen that individuals that were going to support the auction have come back, and they've come back full force. And we're going to share some of those details with you and talk to you a little bit about what that looks like and how you can still maintain the ability for your kids, again, to showcase their animals, but also for you to have a live virtual auction as well. So guys, part of this process and what I worked with my team very hard on was to make sure that this was going to be a turnkey, easy solution. We wanted to be the single provider in the country that could provide a turnkey system for you from start to finish that was super easy for you to allow your exhibitors to register for your fair, allow them to then go ahead and be placed into classes, and for our team to work with you to make sure that we follow all the rules and regulations of your show, that we're able to put them in their current classes. We were able to train your judges, execute the show, allow us to certify all of the results, and then conduct an auction if that's what you want to do. Again, just so you know, we have the ability to do all of that together, or we can do pieces. So if you are already using a management software to manage your entries for your show, that's fine. We will work with you and we can provide you with a link for your exhibitors to be able to enter all of their data to show. If you already have an auction platform that you're using, or you don't want to conduct an auction, that's okay as well. So we can piecemeal out what we do, and we offer a whole cache of services that we're going to share with you guys today, that will allow you to basically pick and choose how our team can help you. We have assembled an incredible team, guys, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about that. But I think one of the important things for you to know is that we have built our entire platform on the most advanced software system in the world, and it's called Microsoft Azure. We're really excited to showcase that and to let people know that you are backed by some of the most powerful software that is out there. We have, unlike the webinar yesterday, we have not had any hiccups with our software, and it is very, very easy to use. It's very, very easy for your judges, and the auction platform is incredible, and we're going to showcase that to you guys here in just a little while. So a couple of different things. We understand that there's a lot of planning that goes into putting on a livestock auction or a livestock show and an auction. We want to let you know that our team is your team. We want to be able to work with you. We want to be an extension of your team. And we have a group of very dedicated individuals that have run some of the largest livestock shows in America. We have people that have been superintendents. We have extension agents. We have individuals, and myself included. I'm a former ag teacher. I'm also our state FFA alumni president, a former state FFA officer. So our heart and soul is in the livestock industry. We know how important it is to you and your exhibitors and to your families and your community for your show to be an incredible experience, and also for your exhibitors to be able to get back some of their investment that they've put in. So we have reached out and we put together an incredible team that is eager and willing and ready to come on board and be an extension of your team and help you execute your show. So that being said, the very first portion of that is our entry process. And essentially, there's two ways that that can happen. We have a full-blown entry process where you can actually ask us and have us build your entire entry system into our software. And we will provide a link to you to provide to your exhibitors. And then at that time, they will go online. They can enter all of their information, their name, their club, just like they would currently for your show. And then in addition to that, of course, give us all the information about their entries. So what species, what class, etc. If you can think it, we can put it into our system, and we can have the ability for those questions to be answered. And then your exhibitors are going to have the opportunity to upload a video to be judged, and they can upload that video. It can be up to 90 seconds. And our system allows for over 70 different file types, up to 5 gigs. Guys, there's not another platform in the industry that does that. And I think that that's really, really important for you to understand the simplicity of our system and the ease of registration for all of your exhibitors. The last thing you want to do is the day of the entries for people to have a complicated process, or for them not to be able to upload their videos because they're oversized and they don't know how to compress those down, etc. So we have built this again on that world-class software so that we can enter, or so that your exhibitors can enter basically a video up to 5 gigs or files up to 5 gigs. In addition to that, with those 70 different file types, we also can require them to enter or to upload a picture that could be required for the auction portion. It could be a verification picture. And then also we can ask them to upload PDFs or any type of document that you may require, whether that's quality assurance or registration documents, maybe health certificates. There's a number of things that we know that fairs require, and our system can take all of that information so that we can provide it back to you. It's a very, very simple and easy process. So that is really, really important. Once the entries have come in, one of the really cool things about our team is a group of individuals that have, again, run some of the largest livestock shows in the United States. Kaylee Bontrager leads that team. Kaylee is the former executive director of the National Junior Swine Association. She ran shows in excess of 6,000 head. So you're in really, really good hands. Also, Kaylee is probably one of the most organized people that I know. So I will tell you that we will take care of you. You can sit back at that point and relax. We are going to take your entire show through concept to completion, and we will train your judges. We are going to make sure all of your entries are correct. We will have all of your classes judged. And then at that point, we're going to certify your entries, and we're going to get back to you with all of that information so that you can decide how you want to disseminate that and also get that back out to all of your exhibitors and your families. But essentially, our team will execute your entire show. Again, this is an entire process that we have built so that this is a turnkey solution. I truly don't know another software program or anyone that is providing a full service like this. Our system is turnkey. We know as a show manager, as a fair executive, or if you run a breed association, you are dealing with a lot of different issues right now. The last thing you need to do is also try to manage your show and have all the complexities of putting on an online show. Our team can handle that, and we have handled it. Just this week, we have over 5 shows that we're doing with upwards of 3,000 to 4,000 entries in our system. So we have a dedicated team that this is what they're doing every single day. We're not in any other business right now. This is our business, and we are here to help you guys. So you can kick back and relax and let us take care of all that heavy lifting for you when it comes to your livestock show and also your auction. And once we have done all that, then your team can decide, or your board or the executives at your fair can decide how you want to take that information and how you want to reward your exhibitors, whether you do a Facebook Live, if you would like us to create those champion videos that we've been posting all over the internet for the different shows that we've been executing, or if you want to provide that back as a PDF to all of your exhibitors. Whatever it is, we will help you to execute that. And the opportunity for you to do something that's different and unique is virtually limitless right now, and we can help you execute that. In addition, our system allows for every single exhibitor to be able to have feedback on their entry. So if an individual enters a cage of meat rabbits, the judges will be able to go into our system and they can provide feedback that will be given back to you to provide to the exhibitors. So there's some really, really cool features. And in addition to that, our system is 100% safe and secure. And we're going to talk a little bit about that later. But one of the things that I want to assure you, and there's a lot of people that have contacted us, especially Extension, state FFA executives, etc., that want to maintain the privacy of their exhibitors. Nothing on our system is ever hosted on YouTube or any external sites. Everything is private, it's secure, and the only people that have access to that is our team and your team. So that's something that's very, very important. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, those details are super, super important. And a couple of things that, in addition to that we want to share with you today is that, again, our team has the ability to help you across the board. Whether you're using a software program like ShowWorks or something like that, we have a team that can help execute your entire show and take that off your hands and complete all of your entry process. We also have the ability to give you all of that data back where you can import it back into whatever show program you're using, and of course work with you with your auction and be able to execute all of those details. It's really, really important to us also that we provide you with the resources for you to train all of your exhibitors and for them to be able to know how to go through the process. So we've created an entire cache of videos that we provide to you with instructions that tell your exhibitors exactly how to enter through our portal, how to shoot their videos, and how to upload them in our system. And I can tell you that we are hearing from families across the United States that are so excited to be able to compete in these virtual shows and have the opportunity for their kids to showcase all of their hard work. And they're learning a new skill. They're doing something that potentially they haven't done before by being able to showcase their animals via video, and they're having a lot of fun with it. And I think that that's really, really cool from my perspective of being a former 4-H leader, FFA advisor, and teaching agricultural education, that these kids have the ability to learn that new skill set, and that the families are working together. So we've heard from a lot of people how incredible that has been for them to be able to use this process to learn those new skills and come together as a family. So before we go any further, I'd like to show you just a brief little timeline. And what we've been discussing with a lot of the fair executives that we've worked with, or even show executives, is essentially, if you just take a look at your current timeline, we can work within those parameters, and essentially we will run your virtual show during that same time frame that you would run your county fair or your show, whether that be over the course of a week or a multitude of weeks, or if it's over a course of a couple of days. So let's just look at this current slide that we have up here right now. This gives you a traditional a timeline that's similar to what a lot of county fairs use, where you would have your entries come in on a Monday. Those exhibitors would have a closing time that they would need to upload their videos and their data. And then on Tuesday, we would go through and we would cross-reference and cross-check all of that data and all of those entries against all of your information, or provide it back to you to look at those class lists, etc. On Wednesday, we would go and we actually train your judges how to use our software. And we're going to show you for the first time ever, no one has seen the backside or the judging side of our system except for the judges that use it. We're going to show you how complex and also how easy that program is to use. We train your judges on how to do that, and our team holds their hand through that entire process. We have dedicated staff that are working with them the entire time that they're judging, making sure if they have any questions that our team is here to help and support them. It is a very streamlined process, and we have a dedicated team to help and assist with that. So we would go ahead and train them, and then with this current timeline, on Thursday we would finalize those results. We would certify those, and then get those results back to you on Thursday or Friday, so we could start to decide if you are going to use that as a Facebook announcement, if you want to post that information online for your exhibitors, or if you're going to put your sell order together for your junior auction. And essentially, we could basically go Monday through Saturday and have your junior auction start on Saturday. And we have the ability to do all of that and do it really, really well through our system. So, there's a lot of different timelines that different people have discussed and shared with us, and certainly we can work with whatever your timeline is. We have some county fairs that are, we're doing their process over the course of 3 weeks right now. We have other shows that, basically they're a jackpot show and we're running them over the course of 2 or 3 days. And we have some shows that are breed associations where we're actually even running regional shows across the United States. So there's a lot of different opportunities, and essentially it's only limited by your imagination. We can do whatever works for you. Our system is very, very easy to navigate. And again, it's virtually limitless. Whatever you would like us to do, our team is ready and willing and able to help and discuss how we can help execute that. So before we go any further, I just want to remind you, if you have questions, to please put them over in that column so that we can answer those at the conclusion. We would love to discuss this during the question and answer session, any questions that you might have about our system, and we will make sure that we get to those. Are you guys ready to see what our judging portal looks like? I'm really, really excited to show that to you, so I'm going to do that right now. And as you will see, this is a very clean and intuitive design. When we decided to design the judging portal, we thought through a lot of different options and thought that it was best that this would be something that would be very easy for the judges to use, that they could go through the classes at the speed that they felt comfortable and be able to do it very easily and leave feedback for every exhibitor, and would be a very intuitive and easy process to place the actual entries in each one of the classes. So if you look right here, you'll see that we have the name of the class. We're calling this one Demo Class Number 1. And over here to the far right, we have the show name, Kentucky Shine Showdown. We have my name as the judge. And then we have 6 entries in this class. Each one of these entries is denoted by a number. And then underneath each one of those, you will see a 4-digit code. That code is directly tied to the entry that the exhibitor has entered for that animal. That information is only available to the virtual stock show team. And it is simply on here. So if the judge reaches out to us and is having an issue or has a question, our team can easily identify the specific video or entry that the judge is talking about. So as you will see, each one of these entries in the very beginning of the video, they have an entry card that they have displayed. They can do that one of 2 ways. It can be printed off, or they can use another phone or a cell phone to show the entry card. Specifically for this event, for the Kentucky Shine Showdown, they used an entry card, and that was released 1 week prior to their show. So they wanted to make sure that the videos were current and fresh and weren't videos that had been taken, months ago. So this is a great tool that you can use for your show as well if you want to make sure that those entries are taken during a certain time frame prior to your show. So as you'll see, there's just simply a play button located on each one of these entries for the video. And you can begin to play those videos, and actually you can set as many of these videos to play as you want. They all will play without any delay or issues. They all will remain crisp, clean videos that you can easily stop. You can scrub through these videos if you would like to. As a judge, sometimes you're going to want to go back and forth and be able to evaluate each animal multiple times to determine what you're looking for and what you like about each one and so forth. But we'll just go ahead and take one of these videos, and I also will show you that it is very easy to take this video to full screen. You'll see that it's very clean, crisp. You get a really good view of the animal, all of the angles, etc., that a judge would be looking for, and they can evaluate this animal. You also will see that the audio is turned off on all of these videos, and we do that on the back side of the system so that there's no audio. The judge will not hear anything that's being said that the exhibitors are talking about or the individuals that are filming them. And you will also notice that underneath each one of the entries, there's a section for reasons. So it's just a really simple process for the judge to provide feedback on each one of the entries. So we'll just say, this is a really nice gilt. Love the extension and the framework of this one. So essentially a judge could go in and they can leave feedback, or you can require them to leave feedback on every entry. Once they certify the placings up here, all of that data goes into our system, and we can export that and provide it to the show as a CSV or Excel file. And then you can use that to give back to your exhibitors and provide the feedback that comes back from the judges. So if this is our class and we want to go in and we want to place this class, here's where it gets really, really simple. The judge simply clicks on the video and drags and drops it into position. So let's say we want to take number 2 and move it to the 3rd hole. We simply drag it, boom. Now that animal is placed 3rd in the class. So we can basically do this across the board, move all of the animals accordingly into the placing that we would like. And then once we are done and the judge has completed typing in all of their reasons and they have all of the entries in the correct order, they simply are going to go up and click Certify Placings. They will click OK, located right here, if they would like to confirm that the placings are correct. And at that time, then they cannot no longer make any changes to the class. The 1st and 2nd place individuals will move up then to the division or the breed champion or the grand champion drive, whatever the hierarchy is for that specific show. And the other cool thing here is, of course, we can take any of these videos for you, pull them out, and you can use them to create a champion video for your individual show. You can use them to put up on your individual web page or Facebook page, etc. But the one thing that I did want to make sure that we made clear is that all of our videos are posted or hosted in a private hub and environment. They are secure and safe. They are not put on Vimeo or YouTube or any other streaming software that's out there. We have found with a lot of 4-H leaders, extension agents, state staff, FFA state staff, etc., they have wanted to make sure that there's security in place, and also the privacy of the exhibitors are held to the highest standard, because they don't want that those videos to be posted online. And we have also heard from representatives within our industry, the ag industry, specifically some of the commodity groups and so forth, that they want to make sure that we have a secure environment for all of this as well, because obviously, we don't know exactly what's happening in every video, and we want to make sure that we are portraying the very best image of our exhibitors and our youth exhibitors that we can. One thing that I will tell you is the judges that have used our system to judge have said it is absolutely the easiest system that they've used. It's very intuitive. It's very simple. And actually, the majority of them have come back and said, if you're looking for a judge, or if you know a county fair, jackpot show, etc., that's looking for a judge, we would love to judge on your system because of how easy it was to use, how intuitive it was, and it's just a very, very simple, clean, easy to use process. So this is our judging portal. We hope that you guys like it. You're the first group of people that have been have access to see it. It's a very simple and intuitive design, and we think that that is something that sets our system apart from the others that are out there as well. Our system is very, very unique in that we can provide two different types of auctions. A static auction, which a lot of exhibitors and fairs are accustomed to, that basically you open up that auction over the course of a week and your supporters will be able to bid. But what we offer that is very, very different is a live virtual auction. And that would mean that your supporters, individuals that were coming and wanted to support your kids, would register, and we would conduct your auction just like you do at your traditional county fair. However, it would take place virtually online. And we're seeing some really, really cool things that are happening with these virtual auctions that we've been hosting. Essentially, after the individuals register, they would then go to our website at a certain time, let's say at noon. They would log in, and they are going to be presented with a static image of the animal, and they will be bidding live on that animal at that time. This does a couple of things that the static style auctions can't. Number one, you have a dedicated time that those individuals are coming to support your kids. Number two, the individuals are not getting text messages and emails saying that they're outbid, etc. They're able to track all of their money and support those kids in real time, just like they would at your traditional junior 4-H or FFA auction. And number three, it offers you the opportunity to engage with your buyers. And we have even seen some fairs staying underneath the threshold of how many people they can have in one room, but even hosting buyers parties throughout their community where they're bringing people together to support these kids. So essentially, you would see what you see up on the screen right here, and they would hear a live auctioneer at the time that the animal is being presented. So let's just say this is the grand champion market steer of the All-American County Fair. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go at $5,000, now $55, bid $6,000, $6,500, now $7,000, $7,500 here, $7,500, now $8,000, $8,500, $8,500 one time. And they would hear the auctioneer actually through their speakers on their device, and they would be able to bid in real time. This allows your supporters to do a couple of things. They can track the amount of money that they're spending throughout the auction, and they're able to support those kids in that real-time environment. As you will see, they also can go through and see what the upcoming lots are and be able to view those. And we have a great portal that's been built in where they can go in and they can actually view all of those lots prior to the auction, begin to formulate how much money they want to spend, etc. I will tell you that being in the auction business for 20 years, there are a number of different platforms that are out there, and I have used almost all of them in different formats, from livestock auctions to county fairs to benefit auctions. And I will tell you that I think at this time, there is nothing like having a virtual live auction to be able to support your kids and be able to harness those dollars and allow your kids to showcase all of their hard work. Now, here is something really, really cool that we wanted to share with you that happened this past weekend. We were approached by the Eastern San Diego County Junior Fair to host their virtual show and their virtual live auction. And we were able to work with them to formulate the entire concept of their show and their auction over the course of a week, very similar to that timeline that we showed you earlier. They had 175 junior market entries for their show and auction. And they had market beef, market goats, market sheep, market hogs, and then they also had some meat rabbit pens as well. They had bidders that registered for their live auction from over 30 states across the United States, active bidders that were engaged in the live auction on that Saturday. And we were able to realize a virtual live total sale of $312,000. Now, folks, this is where it gets super, super cool. We were hopeful that we would be able to get probably to that close to that 75% mark on their junior auction. The animals averaged $1,782 each on the 175 lots. Now, I know that you probably don't have your calculator out, but here's what happened. We were able to see a $568 increase per head over last year's auction. Ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely incredible. And it was through the hard work of the community in Eastern San Diego that pulled together all of their resources and pulled people together to help support their kids. But to be able to see that increase was absolutely incredible. Now, we know that going forward, we do not want to move our junior auctions to all online, etc. But what I will tell you is our team is working very, very hard to be able to have in the future a hybrid of the two. And so we hope even if you don't have an auction happening this year, you will think about us in the future being able to work with us so that we can be live at your county fair and be able to help you do a hybrid of the two and be able to host your junior auction in person and also engage bidders online. Think about how your community can engage other individuals outside of that community. For instance, grandparents, aunts, uncles, business associates, and other people that may want to support your junior exhibitors. Typically, with most county fairs, you have to be there on the day of the junior auction. And truly, that is kind of some old school thinking. And so what we are doing and what we have built is the ability for us to take and build in a hybrid platform for you to be able to do both in the future. But for right now, we have the ability to host these live online auctions for you and to be able to engage all of your supporters and for your kids to be able to get paid off for all of their incredible hard work. So we're excited to be able to offer this to all of the county fairs that are out there. And we greatly appreciate all of the support that we've seen so far. We have been able to work again with over 21 different county fairs and jackpot shows and have been able to execute a number of different shows and auctions for them. And we greatly appreciate their trust in us. We have an incredible team that has built this product, and we're excited to showcase it with you. So I think at this time, we will jump right into your questions, and I'm going to go ahead and turn back on the camera here, and we will move over to the questions here. So first of all, I see up here at the top, and there are a lot of questions. So just bear with us for just a couple of minutes, and I'll answer them, as many of these as we can in our time frame here. So how many of the 322 bidders were supplied to you from the San Diego show? The San Diego show promoted their own auction. And so the majority of those bidders came through their promotion on Facebook and their exhibitors sending out buyer's letters and engaging with people within their community. I know that a lot of the kids put that information and the parents on their own Facebook pages or sent it out via Instagram or whatever social profiles they had. And then also they made phone calls to local people in the community and told them what they were doing. They did an excellent job of promoting their junior auction and getting that information out. So Misty asks, how would you get the meat to those buyers that are in a different state? That's a really great question. So I'm going to tell you that I think the majority of the people that bought outside of the state of California all donated those animals back to their scholarship fund, and also to their resale program. So I would say that that meat probably did not cross state lines, the individuals that supported were supporting family members, etc., and they were not purchasing those animals for meat. So I would have to check with the fair to determine that, but that is my thought process there. In the live auction mode, can a buyer not present or leave a maximum up to which they would bid and be a part of the sale? They absolutely can. Through our system, they are able to do so. If they can't bid that day, they can leave a proxy bid, and our team will make sure that that gets executed for them. Caitlin Kane asked, did Eastern San Diego do a static auction or the live virtual auction? They did a live virtual auction. And I will tell you, I've been watching a lot of the static auctions that have taken place across the country, and they're doing okay. But there is nothing like that live virtual auction, ladies and gentlemen. It engages your buyers. They're able to bid live in real time, and they're not having to track all of the different people that they have bid on and get those text messages and emails. If you have a buyer that is bidding in a static auction, and let's say that they are a large entity in your community, whether it's a foundation or a large municipal or company that is supporting your youth, they are going to receive a text message, an email, etc. every time they get outbid. They're going to have a really hard time tracking all of the different bids that they placed on all of those kids. And so we think this virtual live auction is the solution, and we are seeing that it is extremely successful. So next thing, in the live auction mode, can a buyer not present or leave a maximum up to which they would bid? Again, Chandra, same thing. They can do that as well. Is it possible to do add-ons through our system? Yes, they can do add-ons. And of course, we can work with whatever system you are doing to be able to execute that and talk to you about a couple of different processes to be able to do that. So, how does buying work with multiple buyers? So currently, there is not an auction platform on the market that allows you to do that. However, I will tell you that our team is working expeditiously to be able to do that. So be paying attention, because we're going to be releasing that very, very soon. Is there a way for judges to pull the top from each class for the grand champion class? Absolutely. Each class moves from their class into their division into the champion drive through our system. So, and our team works on the backside to follow that and make sure that everything is moving very easily and that it's a clean process. Chandra asked, is there a way for judges to, Neil asks, can Joe Public watch the classes as they are being judged? Not currently, the way that we have built it. And that goes back to, again, those security issues and the privacy issues that we are hearing from 4-H and also FFA. Could you provide judges if ours don't want to judge virtually? Absolutely. We have an entire group of judges that we can talk to you about, and we can certainly help you hire and use those judges for your virtual show. Maria asked, once all entries are submitted, say 200 entries of various species, how long does it take for the show results to come back? Can the auction be done both live and online with our own auctioneer? So a couple of things. Number one, depending on the size of your show, and you said 200 entries, we could have those done in a couple of days. So from the time that the entries are put in through our system to the time that we provide you with the results, that can be done really, really fast. Can the auction be done both live and online? What we have the ability to do is to be able to put all of the lots up so that your potential buyers can go in and they can place a proxy bid up to that amount. And then our team will actually provide the auctioneer. And the reason that we do that is we need to control that entire environment on site to make sure that there are no hiccups. So it would be a little more challenging for us to have your auctioneer off site because of social distancing, etc. We have an entire team in place of auctioneers that do a number of junior auctions across the United States, myself included, and we will help execute your auction to the best of our ability. And how many documents can be uploaded for each entry? As many documents as you would require. Again, over 70 different file types can be uploaded into the system. So I do see that that's all the questions that I see on that side. I'm sure that there are some additional questions that you may have or that have been put in this chat profile over here on the right. What we will do is we will get back to you individually and we can answer any of those for you. Ladies and gentlemen, we greatly appreciate your time. We have an incredible team and we would love to work with you to execute both your virtual show and your auction, or one or the other. And so please get in touch with us if you're interested. What we are going to do after the webinar today is we will send out an email that will provide you with the ability to contact our team and how to do so. And then also we're going to send you a recording of today's webinar. That being said, if you have a group of fair board members or a livestock committee or a group of individuals that would like to ask more questions or would like to set up a Zoom, we certainly can do that. I would love to meet with any of your teams to discuss how we can help support you at this time. So please get in touch with us. We have a group of an incredible dedicated team that is ready and willing and able to help support your county fair, jackpot show, breed association show, whatever it is. We stand by ready to help you out. So thank you so much for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it. We'll be in touch shortly. Thank you and have a great day.